Priestess Transmission. Conversations beyond the noise. Where truth rises and the soul remembers. You are here. Take a breath and arrive. This is the Priestess Transmission with Lily. A sacred space beyond the noise. Where ancient wisdom, soul truth, and the divine feminine rise. Here, we remember who we truly are. Here, your heart, your voice, and your soul are honored. Step into the conversation and let your inner priestess awaken.
Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Priestess Lily, and welcome to another episode. Today, we are going to talk about forever awakening. As we dive deep into this topic, I have to say, this is a topic that you can't be boxed in, or there is no finish line or a tick box saying, I'm done. So let's talk about awakening. There is a myth about being awake. People often think awakening is one single aha moment, like suddenly one day you snap awake and everything makes sense and you're living in the light. And from that day forward, everything is kumbaya. Well, I'm here to tell you, lovely ladies, that is bullshit. That is an absolute false belief. Awakening isn't the end. It's the beginning that honestly never ends. It's an ongoing dance between what we know and what we're still here to learn. We wake up to one truth, integrate it, live it, and then another layer reveals itself. And then we reintegrate it, live it, and the cycle keeps repeating. You realize awakening isn't a destination like it's been sold to us through the lens of patriarchy. It's a rhythm of the soul in your body. It's a heartbeat that keeps pulsing long after the aha moment is gone. Every experience, love, loss, joy, pain, conflict, silence, can wake us up even more deeper. Each breath holds an invitation to remember who we are beneath all the stories that we have been told, all of our conditions. We are forever awakening, right up into our last final breath. There are two paths to your awakening, and I really want to talk about this. I see people awakening right now. There are so many people awakening up since 2020 to today and this year as we move forward. There are two types: awakening through information. This kind of awakening happens when we start to discover the truth about the world we live in. Things we're never taught, stories we were told that now simply don't add up anymore. And it's when we become curious and start questioning. You start seeing through the illusion, through the veil of the systems, the conditioning, the false narratives that have kept us in the cycle of feeling powerless and kept us small. But here are the things about information awakening. It can shake our foundations. Suddenly we realize how much the world we live in was built on sand. It brings forward grief, anger, confusion, and sometimes even isolation. But it also can be liberating. That moment when the fog clears and reality, the raw, unfiltered, appears. There's also awakening through spiritual knowing. Now, this is called an embodied awakening. It's not something you read about. It's something you feel. It's when you start remembering that your body is wise, your intuition is guidance, and your heart is an ancient compass. This awakening comes when you reconnect to yourself, to Mother Earth, and you begin to feel the pulse in the ground beneath your feet, the wind through your hair, and the rhythm in the waves and the trees. Your body becomes the oracle. You listen to that inner voice. You trust that inner knowing, and you really surrender to truth. The more you understand the answers were never out there, they were also always living inside you. When the world wakes up, hallelujah. And this is what's happening now. We're living through an incredible, challenging, sometimes very chaotic collective awakening. Right now, when more and more people are asking questions about the planet, about power, about truth, we're remembering that the world isn't just a rock in space. She is sacred, and this is a living being. But after awakening, and we're awakening, here's the hardest part. Once we've seen the collective conditioning, well, fuckery, let's just say it, what do you do with that truth once you've seen it, once it's been revealed to you? That's where the journey really begins. And I know there'll be many people listening to this podcast today thinking, yeah, what next? Because seeing it is the first step. And a lot of people since 2020 have awakened. But what the hell do we do next? Awakening calls for integration. It's allowing you to feel, to reshape how you want to live, how do you love, and how do you act. It's easy to fall into desperation when you realize how broken and how fucked up the systems are, or how disconnected humanity has become. But awakening isn't meant to drag us through into hopelessness. It's here for us to lean and to bring us to responsibility. We have this old conditioning and myth of we're powerless. And I hear this every day in readings. I hear people say, but I'm just one person. What can I possibly do? I'm powerless in all of this. I am just one voice. And I want to say bullshit. Bullshit on that. You are not powerless. You are pure potential and pure light. You are one person can change their energy ripple through everything. When we hold our light, we create a ripple effect. With every awakened mind, we change the frequency of the field we all share on the collective consciousness. When you start choosing to live differently, how you eat, what you say, how you treat people, what you consume, you are planting seeds into the new world and starting to take action. The old systems won't thrive on people staying asleep. And this is what we're seeing right now. The old systems won't thrive on they thrive on controlling us giving away our power, us feeling powerless, us skipping into victimhood. Oh, it'll be right. The government will take care of us. We are being asked deeply right now to be activated in faith in action and starting to trust our own inner guiding system, our own inner knowing, and start to create our ripple effect, the world we want to live in and how we want to see that. And this is where, with every time you choose awareness, compassion, or creation, you are literally rewriting the script for humanity's story. Never, ever, ever underestimate the power of one aligned soul. When someone steps into pure alignment, they can change the ripple effect of the circles they consistently show up in. Entire evolutions, spiritual resistance starts, and healing starts to bring a movement that starts to spark a ripple effect in the world. And you are that spark. So living the awakening. Awakening doesn't look like the same for everyone. Sometimes it's loud. It's a breakdown. It's a dramatic shift, and it's a loss that shatters what you believe. Other times it's quiet. It's just a whisper in your chest telling you there's more. It's the uncomfortable feeling of anxiety where you keep showing up in the same place and with the same group of people, and you make yourself show up because you want to belong. And when you start listening, and when you really start listening to that inner voice, you notice your whole world, your whole life begins to recognize itself around your truth. You start craving spaces of authenticity. You say no to what feels false, and you find yourself being drawn to people, places, and forms of work that align deeply with your purpose. That is how awakening works. It reorganizes your reality from inside out. And that is what's happening right now in the earth, in the collective consciousness. The sacred responsibility. My beautiful friend Catherine used to say to me all the time, with responsibility comes a deep-rooted faith. With responsibility comes trust. So the question isn't, have you awakened? And everyone in the spiritual realm talks about awakening. The question is, what will you do when you awaken? Will you nurture it? Will you live with it boldly in the imperfections in this real world? Will you embody relationships, your choices, and your service to Earth? Because the planet, the beautiful Mother Earth, doesn't need more awakened souls sitting on the sidelines, sitting on the fence, being a fence sitter till there's more than enough of us to make a movement. It needs awakened hearts in motion, faith in action. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to awaken enough to care, awaken enough to act, and awaken enough to keep learning. So, beautiful people, awakening is not an endpoint. It's a love-long love affair with consciousness itself. It's remembering again and again and again that you are not separated from anything, not the sky above, not the soil beneath, and not the people walking beside you. So keep awakening, keep returning, be gentle with yourself. This journey wasn't meant to be clean or easy or kumbaya yourself out of it. It wasn't meant to be real. It's meant to be real. It's meant to be messy, full of sacred rage, full of love, full of joy, full of pain, full of using your voice. The world is changing, and so are we. And I believe that the most sacred thing of all is you. To start believing. Ask yourself, what will you do when you awaken?
Thank you for listening to the Priestess Transmission. If you feel called to work with Lily, visit priestesslily.com to explore sacred healing, guidance, and soul activations. Until next time, step into your power, remember your truth, and let your inner priestess rise.